कुंज विहारी राधा माधव कुंज विहारी गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदना व्रज जनरंजना यशोदनंदना व्रज जनरंजना यमुनतीरावनचारी यमुनतीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजना यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजना यमुनतीरावनचारी यमुनतीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरशत श्री श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्-भागवतम की जय। श्रील व्यासदेव की जय। श्रील सुखदेव गोस्वामी की जय। परीक्षित महाराज की जय। श्रील सुत गोस्वामी की जय। शौनकादि ऋषिगण की जय। आनंद कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। सुत उवाच यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातर आजुहाव। पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुस्तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। यस्वानुभावमखिलश्रुतिसारमेकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अतितितीर्षितां तमोन्धं संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुम् उपयामि गुरुं मुनीनां। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं। परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 17, Text 23. Chapter entitled Punishment and Reward of Kali. अथवा देव मायया नूनं गतिरगोचरा चेतसो वचसश्चापि भूतानामिति निश्चयः। अथवा देव मायाया नूनं गतिरगोचरा चेतसो वचसश्चापि भूतानामिति निश्चयः। अथवा देव मायाया नूनं गतिरगोचरा चेतसो वचसश्चापि भूतानामिति निश्चयः। अथवा देव मायाया नूनं गतिरगोचरा चेतसो वचसश्चापि भूतानामिति निश्चयः। अथवा देव मायाया नूनं गतिरगोचरा atava alternatively Deva, the Lord, Mayayaha energies, Nunam very little, Gatihi movement, Agochara inconceivable, Chetasaha either by the mind, Vachasaha by words, Cha or Api also, Bhutanam of all living beings, Iti thus, Nischayaha concluded. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thus it is concluded that the Lord's energies are inconceivable. No one can estimate them by mental speculation or by word jugglery. Purport: a question may be raised as to why a devotee should refrain from identifying an actor, although he knows definitely that the Lord is the ultimate doer of everything. Knowing the ultimate doer, one should not pose himself as ignorant of the actual performer. To answer this doubt, the reply is that the Lord is also not directly responsible, for everything is done by his deputed Maya Shakti or material energy. The material energy is always provoking doubts about the supreme authority of the Lord. The personality of Godhead the personality of religion knew perfectly well that nothing can take place without the sanction of the Supreme Lord. Still he was put into doubts by the deluding energy, and thus he refrained from mentioning the supreme cause. This doubtfulness was due to the contamination of both Kali and the material energy. The whole atmosphere of the age of Kali is magnified by the deluding energy, and the portion of measurement is inexplicable. Please repeat the translation. Thus it is concluded that the Lord's energies are inconceivable. No one can estimate them by mental speculation or by word jugglery. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamascha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostuti Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today we are discussing from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, first canto, chapter 17, the chapter entitled The Punishment and Reward of Kali. So in this shloka, Pariksit Maharaj is saying that it is very difficult to ascertain how the Lord's energies work or what is the Lord's plan. Generally, it is very difficult to ascertain. So only it is said it is agochara. Agochara means inconceivable, achintya. So, because Krishna is achintya, whatever he does, it is very difficult for a mind, for a minute soul like us to understand. For example, if an ant want to get the knowledge of what is an elephant, so if the ant goes through the body, if it climbs the body of an elephant, so ant is very small, but the elephant is very big. So if the ant goes through the leg, the ant may think, it may produce a theory that elephant means it is like a trunk, tree's trunk. And one ant may climb through the tonda. So, and the elephant and the ant will write. So, elephant means it gives the definition like it is like a pipe. One ant may go through the ear, and the ear is like a leaf, banana leaf. So, another ant may say that this is like a elephant means to the knowledge of that ant, it will say it is like leaf, banana leaf. Or one ant may see the tail part and so many hairs are there. It may think it is full of bushes, tree bushes. Like that, each and every ant can come up with one definition of what is meant by what it means to be an elephant. But the correct and complete understanding of the elephant is not possible for the ant's mind to perceive. So only it is said here agochara. It is very difficult to understand what is Lord's plan and what is the language of the Lord. When Lord speaks, actually definitely Lord is speaking to us. But for us, it is for our blunt senses and conditioned mind, it is very difficult to perceive the Lord's nature. Generally, if you teach a dog that 1 into 1, if you teach a dog 1 into 1 is equal to 1, and if you say the same dog, that 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, it will say, what is this? You told 1 into 1 is equal to 1. 1 plus 1 also should be 1. So it cannot understand. It cannot understand that multiplication, the division, or the ratio, anything. For a dog, it is very difficult to understand. Because why I am mentioning dog means persons with very less intelligence, it is very difficult to understand that supreme unlimited Lord. So only it is said achintya, agochara. We do not know what is Lord's plan. So here we cannot understand by our mental speculation, by our, here it is being said, by word jugglery. We cannot understand. We cannot understand what is Lord's plan. It is very difficult to understand. So it is being said here, even bull, the dharma in the form of bull, in the previous slokas, it is explaining, king asked, what is the cause of your suffering? Who has made this situation to you? Who has brought this suffering in your life? So they are saying different reasons, but here Prabhupada is saying in the purport, he is saying The personality of religion knew perfectly well that nothing can take place without the sanction of the Supreme Lord, but he did not mention that. Personality of religion knows that, of course, whatever the immediate cause may be, direct or indirect cause, but ultimately it has happened by the sanction of the Supreme Lord. That point, the bull, the Dharma, didn't mention in the previous shlokas. Because whatever it is, whatever good happens, whatever bad happens, everything ultimately happens only by the sanction of the Lord. Here it is been said, one more thing is, here it is said, Lord does not directly involve in the material world or with the karma of the living entities. It is been said here, it is by the agent, by the Maya, by the external energy of the Lord. So through the external energy and Maya, Lord is acting in this, the Lord is doing all these things. The Lord is not directly involved, because Krishna is involved only with the loving sweet pastimes with his devotees. All the other activities, what is the difference between Vishnu and Shiva is, Vishnu is in the material world, but he is above the material world. But Shiva is in the material world and he is in touch with the material nature. But Vishnu is not in touch with the material nature. So all that happens, whatever the creation, the maintenance, the dissolution, the results one is supposed to get, what actions, reactions, everything, it is all Prakrite Kriyamanani. Everything is under the control of Prakriti. Maya Shakti or material energy. So Mayadhyaksh, sanctioner of whatever is happening, still the Dharma failed to mention that. It is because Prabhupada is saying it is due to the doubt. It is due to the doubt by the deluding energy. So in our bhakti, the most thing is doubt. Krishna is also referred as Keshava. Keshava means one who kills the demon Keshi. Actually, Keshi represents doubts. So whatever doubts we have in our mind, that will not allow us. In Kali Yuga, it is very difficult to have faith, that to staunch faith. For example, if we see in first canto, first chapter, 10th shloka, Prabhupada is saying, the whole Kali Yuga is surcharged with faithlessness. Nobody can put faith on anyone. The whole Kali Yuga is surcharged with faithlessness. So there is always a doubt, whether to believe or not believe, whether this is correct or whether this is genuine, whether this is cheating. So to believe a thing in Kali Yuga is not so easy. So, but what happens is, because we are accustomed to doubt this material world, because we have so many bitter experiences in this material world. Maybe we bought something and that was cheated, or our relatives cheated, or our friend cheated, or someone is failure in his love, whatever it may be. We have this bitter experience of the interactions in this material world. What happens is, because of that we lose faith. We don't believe anyone. We don't trust anyone so easily. Because whatever the trust we had, we kept on something or some person in this material world and we had a bitter experience. What happens, even when we come to Krishna consciousness, this doubting the supreme authority. Here it is been said. The material energy is always provoking doubts about the supreme authority of the Lord. So when we come to Krishna consciousness, the same doubt keeps on ringing in our mind. Whether what Prabhupada has said He's really going to take me back home, back to Godhead, or what? So we have a doubt. We have a doubt in the process. We have a doubt whether this will really work out. They are saying Susukum Kartum Avyayam. Is it really going to make me happy? Or I am practicing for many years. I don't see any change. Tadvag Visargo, Janataga Viplavo, the revolutionary change which I am supposed to have, I am not seeing. So we get doubt. So here it is been said that doubt is the effect of material energy. We are having the doubt. The doubt is not making us to have staunch faith in the process and in the Guru and Krishna, and that doubt is not allowing us to surrender to Krishna. Shri Shri Radha Madhav ki jai, Shri Shri Gaurnitai ki jai, Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maiya ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we should be somehow we should understand that as long as we have this doubt, we have this doubting tendency, doubting mentality. So to that extent we cannot have faith in the process. To that extent we don't have staunch faith. We cannot practice that process with heart and soul, with life and soul, because we have doubt. No, always that doubt will keep us in our mind. That will not allow us to surrender to the process. So here it is been said, this doubtfulness was due to the contamination of both Kali and the material energy. So here, what to speak of ordinary living entity like us? Even the bull, who is the personality, who is religion personified, he himself, he could not directly say that Krishna is the ultimate sanctioner of whatever the situation may be, favorable or unfavorable, suffering or happiness. Ultimately he is the cause. That personality of religion, bull, failed to say that, because it has been said the effect of Kali and material energy infiltrated even in the bull, and it could not rightly address the point. So that is what here it is been said. So this faith is very, very important. So even devotees are classified into three classes: Kanishta, Madhyama and Uttama, based on faith only. Why we say he is a Kanishta Adhikari, why we say Madhyama Adhikari, Uttama Adhikari? It is based on faith. Kanishta Adhikari has a very tender faith. Very tender faith. A Madhyama Adhikari has faith based on the association of devotees and his scriptural understanding, and his sincere in practice of Krishna consciousness. He has a faith which is steady faith. But the Uttama Adhikari, the faith what he has, that is unflinching faith, staunch faith in Krishna. His faith cannot be shaken at any cost. So this faith has to be strongly, we should have a strong faith. Then only we can practice Krishna consciousness very sincerely with life and soul. These doubts create four things in our, there are four children to these doubts. His Grace Radhesham Prabhu says on this shloka, he was giving class, he was saying that these doubts has four children. Who are those four children? Is the first child of this doubt, of our doubting mentality, is the first child is independent mentality. If you have doubt, you will not surrender. You will maintain that independent mentality. You want to be away, you want to be alone, you don't want to surrender to any authority. This doubt, independent mentality. So like they will not have any master. Just like a street dog. Street dog, it is there, but it is without master. So, as someone has doubt in his heart, the first child of the doubt is this independent mentality. Will not surrender. So, we'll say, I love this devotee, I have faith in this devotee. He will go to one devotee, for example, A and B devotees are there. He will go to A devotee and he will say, I love this B devotee so much, I have so much faith in him and I want to follow him. I feel him as my life and soul. So he will go to B devotee and he will say that I have so much love in A devotee. I love him so much, I want to offer my life to him. So at last he is with no one. Either he is with A devotee nor he is with B devotee. So he is having that independent mentality. He cannot surrender himself to that person. In Kali Yuga, it is very difficult to have strong faith. Even in our movement, there are many people, we are all under the shelter of Srila Prabhupada, but sometimes it happens. During Prabhupada's time, there was one disciple by name Nitai Das. His Grace Harishori Prabhu recalls in his diary, Transcendental Diary. He says that one disciple by name Nitai Das, he came to Vrindavan. He came to Vrindavan. So that time already our temple is there in Vrindavan. So he started to associate. He started to associate with different mats, different people, and different. We go to Vrindavan, so many mats are there, so many. We have trust, spiritual organization. So he started going and started associating with all people. Then at last he came to a conclusion, due to that wrong association, he came to a conclusion that Prabhupada is not qualified enough to take us back home, back to God. Whatever the process he has given, it is not sufficient enough. So he came to Prabhupada, this Nitai Das, he came to Prabhupada. So he said to Prabhupada, Prabhupada, I feel that I want to have a more qualified guru than you. And he asked the Prabhupada the blessings. Prabhupada, please bless me so that I can get a more qualified guru than you. So he was seeking the blessings of Prabhupada to leave Prabhupada and to get a better person in his life, better guru in his life. So Prabhupada, after hearing Prabhupada could not speak, Prabhupada said, what can be done? I am trying to give them the best of the Vedic culture, best way of life, best process. Still they want to find someone who can better give Krishna consciousness. So how unfortunate it is. So Prabhupada could not do. So he just left like that. So being with Prabhupada, is this Prabhupada's process is really working? So to the degree of faith we have in Prabhupada's instructions in Prabhupada, accordingly to that degree, seriously we will follow what Prabhupada has given. To the degree of faith we have. So one disciple in Vrindavan came to Prabhupada and he said, Prabhupada, the classes in the temple are not so standard. They are not up to the mark. Maybe I can go and hear classes from other temples outside. Prabhupada said, okay, if you think that The devotee there is not giving the class up to the mark. Prabhupada said, you give the class. Why can't you give the class? So it is sometimes we see that, that something better than Prabhupada, always that old is gold. What happens by the influence of Kali Yuga, what Prabhupada has given, that is sufficient enough to achieve perfection. Sometimes just because of this Kali and material energy, we think something else other than what Prabhupada has given is going to help me. So that is the lack of faith. Faith, now and then Kali enters and it shakes the faith. It will say, oh, you do this, you do that. Sometimes in South India we find some people, they chant Vishnu Sahasranam. So there is nothing wrong in chanting. But what is their conviction is that Hare Krishna mantra it has all the names of Krishna. In Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, ete cham sakala pumsa krishnastu bhagavan swayam indrari vyakulam loke mridayanti yuge yuge. In that, Prabhupada writes in the purport, when you say Krishna means, Krishna is not alone. Krishna with all his plenary expansions, part of the plenary expansions, all together is Krishna. Krishna means everything. Krishna means in Krishna all are there. Narsimha is there, all direct expansions, expansions of the expansions, all are there in Krishna. So by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, we are having everything. There is nothing like it is left out, oh this is missing. No, nothing like that. So but to have that faith, that strong faith is very, very difficult. That is the task. In Kali Yuga, the Maya, the material energy or Kali attacks a devotee in faith. So the first faith is, child is independent mentality. We don't that easily surrender. Second child is overthrowing authority. Overthrowing authority means, oh, this authority is not capable. This authority is unfit to guide me. And they will have remote connection only to Prabhupada, only to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, direct to Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So because this is also a trick of Kali. Because if you overthrow authority, what can happen is, then there is no one to watch you or ask you. If you overthrow authority, you are not my authority, you say that. What will happen? You have the tendency to commit sin, to do sin. If you throw your authority, that means you can freely act as your mind wants. So this is also a child of doubt. And the third is hypocrisy, maintaining cheating mentality. So they want to appear like saint, not be saint. It's like sage on the stage. They are sage on the stage. Once they get out of the stage, they are no more sage. So that is known as hypocrisy. And the fourth child of the doubting mentality is quarrel, fighting. So these are where Kali enters. Kali enters in a very subtle way. It will shake your faith. When your faith is shaken, then that's it. Then you cannot follow the process so seriously or with your life and with your heart and soul. You cannot practice. So how that faith is shaken? By giving a doubt. By giving doubt on the authority. Will not doubt, no? We will see some sadhu has done some mistake. We will think all the sadhus in the world have done the same mistake. We will not so easily accept. Just like in Tamil Nadu, one sadhu, he did some mischief. So what happened was our ISKCON devotees were also wearing saffron. So wherever our devotees go also, they were doubting, he is also of the same category. Kali Yuga is like that. If one person does some mischief, whoever it is, they will start doubting. They will not believe so easily. Even if we say, Prabhuji, he is a very good standing devotee from 20 years, 30 years, 40 years he has been practicing. Then still what that person, other person will say, 40 years he is practicing, we don't know tomorrow what he may do. Still that doubting mentality still remains. That we cannot easily accept an authority, we cannot be dependent on an authority. All this doubt is the factor. So only Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita also, 9th chapter, 3rd shloka, Ashraddhadana Purusha Dharmasyasya Parantapa Aprapya Mam Nivartante Mrityu Samsara Vartmani, he is saying. Those who are not faithful in this devotional service cannot attain me. So here Prabhupada is saying in the purport, the faithless cannot accomplish this process of devotional service. That is the purport of this verse. Faith is created by association with devotees. Unfortunate people, even after hearing all the evidence of Vedic literature from great personalities, still have no faith in God. They are hesitant and cannot stay fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. So Prabhupada is saying, thus faith is a most important factor for progress in Krishna consciousness. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that faith is complete conviction that simply by serving the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna, one can achieve all perfection. That is called real faith. So we have to somehow see. Here it has been said, Prabhupada is saying, faith is created by association. Faith doesn't come just by reading books or just superficial way of devotional service. Faith comes by association. We need to have a person. We need to have a person who can show us, okay, by serving Supreme Lord, how happy he is and how convinced he is and how empowered he is. We need to have an example. Faith comes by example. In this material world, everything is running on faith. If you go to a barber shop, because you have faith that fellow will not cut your head, you are offering your head to that barber, is it not? If you have doubt, because he is going to have a blade in his hand, he is going to have a scissor, what is the guarantee that he may cut your nose also? But we have faith, no? Because we have faith in the barber, we go and sit, we happily relax, and he will do all the shaving, everything. Okay? Everywhere, wherever you go, we have to put our faith. You go into the bus, you get into the bus, and you start snoring also. Sleep and snore. We see some people, they are so relaxed because they are highly convinced that this driver will take me to the destination. So we have to invest faith in the driver. We have faith in the hotel also. What is the guarantee when he cooks, he may mix poison and give you also. But we pay and we buy the food, is it not? Because we have faith. Somewhere we have to invest our faith. So without faith, even in this material world, even the dealings and the actions what we are doing in this material world, which we are able to do, we study in a school, we have faith, okay, if I join this school or college, I am going to get good education. We are going to a job, we have faith that the boss is going to pay me salary. Somewhere we have to invest our faith. But the point is that faith we need to have even in the spiritual. Prabhupada is saying faith is the most important factor for progress in Krishna consciousness. So just that faith, that staunch faith, here it is been said also, there is a shloka, Yasya deve para bhaktir yata deve tata guru tasyaitya hi katita artha prakashante mahatmanaha. One who has unflinching faith both in Guru and Krishna. One who has unflinching faith both in Guru and Krishna. You should have that faith. Once Prabhupada was asked by a disciple, Prabhupada, I will chant minimum 16 rounds, I will follow 4 regulative principles, and I will do seva to my capacity and ability. Still after doing all this, if I don't go back home, back to Godhead, what will be my situation? Prabhupada said, what did I say? What did I say you to follow? Prabhupada, you said chant 16 rounds minimum, follow 4 regulative principles and do seva. You do that. So then again he will ask, Prabhupada, if I do this, still if I don't go back home, back to Godhead, then what will be my situation? So then Prabhupada said, then that is not your responsibility. To do and follow is our responsibility. And later whatever we are supposed to get purified, going back home, back to Godhead, they are giving us assurance. So that faith factor we need to have. It has been said, faith is created by association with the devotees. So we need to associate with devotees. Those who have strong faith, those who are very steady in their devotional service. For association is very, very important. Association is like a contagious disease. You have a roommate who is all the time reading. What you will get by seeing him? You want to read. Hey, he is reading all the time. So that affects us. The association of a person affects us. Whatever he is. If he is very serious about reading, we will also get into that habit. Prabhupada said, even if you want to be enthusiastic, associate with those devotees, those who are enthusiastic. Be enthusiastic. So it's like we need to get the association of devotees. We need to get the association of devotees, at least who can help us to develop more faith. Here 3 levels of devotees are there, Kanishta, Madhyama and Uttama. We should not associate with a person who has lesser faith than us. Then all our faith, whatever we have, even that will go away. We should associate with a person who has strong faith. Faith can move mountains. There is a saying in English. Faith can move mountains. If you have faith, that faith can move mountains. In Upanishads there is a story that there was one mutt was there, one sadhu was there, and there was one Mataji who was regularly bringing milk to that mutt. And one day, due to heavy rains, that Mataji could not bring milk to the mutt. So then that Rishi asked, that sadhu asked, how come you didn't come? He said, how I can come? It's raining like anything. I have to cross the river. It is not possible to cross. Then that Guru said, don't you remember the mantra? Whenever I give lectures, I told you the glories of the holy name, the mantra. Don't you remember that? Why can't you remember that mantra and remember the holy name, and why can't you come? Oh, she thought, oh, yes, no, the sadhu has told the mantra in his lectures to chant whenever we are in difficulty. So she developed that full faith. And after some time again the rain came, there was a heavy floods in the river, still she came. And the sadhu asked her, how come you came? How come you have come? Earlier you didn't come, now you have come, even though it was heavy rain and floods in the river. How come you have come? So then that lady said, Mataji said, that day you only told, no, you only gave the mantra, no, this mantra has the potency. If you chant with faith, Krishna will definitely protect us. You only told us. So I chanted that mantra, then I came, I walked on the water and I came to the shore and I am delivering. Really? The person who has told, he is in doubt. Really, is it going to work? Is that mantra working? So, okay, I will also test. So he came to the shore and he was telling mantra, he was chanting and he was getting into the water. One step he put inside, feet is going inside. Second step he is putting, third step he is putting, fourth step it is very little deep and the flood, the waves were strong that pushed him away. So the person who has taught the mantra didn't have faith. Who has received the mantra had faith. So this process is like that. Process is for everyone the same Hare Krishna mantra. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had the same Hare Krishna mantra. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj had the same Hare Krishna mantra. Prabhupada had the same Hare Krishna mantra. Our gurus, they have the same Hare Krishna mantra. We also have the same Hare Krishna mantra. But Prabhupada, with that Hare Krishna mantra, he could shake the world. He could establish a worldwide ISKCON organization for where lakhs of people can take shelter and practice Krishna consciousness. So we also have the same Hare Krishna mantra. But depending on our faith, it acts. How much faith we have in Guru, in scriptures, in sadhu, to that degree that will act. If we have very little faith, yayadama prapadyante tamstadaiva bhajamyaham. According to your faith, you worship, accordingly Krishna will reward. So we need to understand from this shloka that this doubting mentality, it is a symptom of Kali. Not to have faith in the Guru, Sadhu and scriptures, that will not allow us to practice devotional service intensely or seriously. So here it is been said, faith, we have to seek association of devotees. We have to associate with those devotees, those who have strong faith and steady faith. What is that strong faith and real faith here? Prabhupada is saying, faith is complete conviction that simply by serving the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna, one can achieve all perfection. Simply if I serve Krishna, I will achieve all perfection. With that faith, if someone is serving Krishna, we have to take association of such souls. We need to have that strong faith. If we don't have that faith, staunch faith, what will happen is our devotional service cannot be so quick, rapid advancement. Rapid advancement is not possible. Our devotional service will be like, just like firewood. From the wood, fire is coming. On one side you put little water and the fire is also there. If we have like that, neither the pot, the cooking is done, nor the fire is burning. Another side, smoke is coming, which is causing trouble. Sometimes when you cook in firewood, if you have water, little bit water poured in it, fire will not come, cooking will not take place, and the person who is cooking will also suffer, because so much smoke will come out of the body, means from the fire. So it will cause tears in the eyes. So like that, so we need to have that staunch faith. Faith comes by association. So we need to associate with the devotees. We need to associate with devotees so that this faith can be developed. So only you see in our bhakti steps, first is Shraddha. Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema. See, in all these steps, this Shraddha is there. Shraddha, you came to, because you have some faith, we have come to the association of devotees. After coming to association, that's it, faith is finished. No. That faith is very komal. In the beginning stage, it is very komal. Just like milky, watery milk. Sometimes milk, you don't see it, it is mixed with too much water. But you boil it, that milk, all the water gets evaporated, slowly it becomes condensed milk, slowly it will become kova. So, the Shraddha in the beginning stage is very komal. So, but when we go to Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, the faith should strongly increase. And the ultimate faith is when you understand Nama Chintamani, Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha, Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Abhinnatvam Nama Naminaha. When you understand there is no difference between Hare Krishna mantra and Lord Krishna himself. When you don't have that difference, Abhinna, ये भिन्न नहीं है, दोनों एक ही है. कृष्ण और कृष्ण का नाम दोनों, they both are one and same. When you get that understanding, that means you are a pure devotee. So that means your faith is so strongly built. So it is very, very important that we need to hear from devotees, those who have that strong faith. Associate with devotees, those who have that strong faith. See this, Yasya Deve Para Bhaktir Yata Deve Tata Guru. In that shloka, one should have faith in Guru as well as Krishna. We should have faith in both in Guru as well as Krishna. To such a person, Prakashante Mahatmanaha. Everything is revealed. So we need to have faith in the Guru Parampara, previous Acharyas, one's own Guru, then take their instructions, follow it, then based on that we'll have all this knowledge, transcendental knowledge is revealed. Divyajnan Hriday Prakashito. Ultimately it has to be revealed. Revelation has to take place. It has to be revealed in the heart. That comes by having strong faith in one's Guru and Krishna. So that's what here the essence of this shloka is. One should not doubt. Doubt is like a demon. It is referred to Keshi demon. Krishna has killed the Keshi demon in the form of a doubt. So like that we have to clear all the doubts. We have to associate with devotees, talk with them, discuss, study, ask questions, make inquiry. That way slowly we have to remove the doubts. So only then we can practice Krishna consciousness. Only with staunch faith we can practice Krishna consciousness nicely. With unsteady faith, shaky faith, Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, no? Yash shastra vidhim utsrujya vartate kama karanat nasa siddhim avapnoti na sukham na param gatim. If you don't if you don't have faith in the scriptures, and another place Krishna is saying, samshayatma vinashyati. If you doubt Krishna, that's it. But it is very difficult to understand Krishna also. So only we need Shastras, we need Guru, we need Sadhu. Three are required. We cannot say just I need scriptures, I don't need Guru, I don't need Sadhu. Even if you have Guru, Sadhus are required for us to practice association. We need some association. So only it is said Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. Then only we can understand what is the language of Krishna. Just like now the birds are speaking, but we cannot understand that. Birds are speaking. Birds are chirping means they are speaking, but we cannot understand. Like that Krishna is speaking to us, but because we don't have that faith and we don't have this Guru Sadhu Shastra shelter, what will happen is we totally misunderstand Krishna. Instead of understanding how merciful Krishna is, just like you see pure devotees like Kunti, they are all saying it's an exclusive mercy. In life, if something unfavorable is happening to you, devotees express that as special mercy. If in life everything is happening favorably, that is only mercy. If anything is going on unfavorably, that means that is special mercy of the Lord. But for us, when Krishna gives some unfavorable situation, immediately we misunderstand. What is this? You have done so much. That means we didn't understand the language of Krishna. So if you put that Maya Javanika Channam, that as long as we have this Maya, the Parda, the curtain, we cannot understand Krishna. That Maya is three modes. As long as we are in the three modes, we are bound to misunderstand Krishna. We are bound to misunderstand Krishna. Just like in a train, one father and one son, they were traveling in the train. So the son, he is sitting in the window and he is telling the father, "Oh father, please see, this is a tree. Oh father, this is a building. Oh father, this is a dog." He is every time seeing. But all other peoples in the same compartment, they were thinking, what is this? This boy is grown up. He is as if seeing for the first time. He is every time calling his father, "Papa, Papa, Papa, udhar dekho. Ye kutta hai. Ye kya hai? Ye building dekho." As if he is seeing for the first time. All the co-passengers, they got disturbed. क्या है आपका बेटा को कुछ कॉमन सेंस नहीं है क्या? सब कुछ देख के बोल रहा है ये देखो वो देखो, ये जिंदे में देखा नहीं है क्या? फिर उनका पापा बोला है वो जन्म से अंध है. उनकी जस्ट 2-3 दिन पहले उनकी अभी ऑपरेशन हुआ है. उनकी नया आंखें, दूसरों का आंखें अभी डाला है. अभी उनका जीवन में पहली बार वो देख रहा है. इसलिए वो कुछ भी देखना था वो आश्चर्य हो रहा है. परंतु बिफोर दैट दे वर ऑल मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग, है ना? They didn't understand this child, but only father could understand. Like that, we don't understand Krishna. Mostly 99%, even great speakers speak so much, but when it comes to the point of application, when things happen reverse, then that time our faith is tested. When everything is very good, everything is very fine, oh, Krishna is so merciful to me, Krishna is so kind to me, that is not so great. If nothing is going your way, body is not cooperating, All relatives have discarded you. You are in big loans. Wife is non-cooperative. There is nothing. Your mind is not allowing you to chant. Even in that condition, if someone is able to maintain faith, Krishna is my well-wisher, Krishna is my real friend, Krishna is my real caretaker. I should never doubt. So if we can maintain that faith that means we are properly situated. Everything is favorable, that time you are able to appreciate Krishna. When everything is unfavorable, you are not able to appreciate Krishna. That means our faith is not steady yet. So we should develop, we should come to that faith. Prabhupada, at last I will say this point. Prabhupada is saying why Prahlad Maharaj is so great. So when Nrsimhadev was tearing Hiranyakashipu, when he was tearing apart, he was first thing what Nrsimhadev did, he searched for the heart. He took that heart and he threw that heart. And he took all the, what you call, pegulu, intestines. He took all the intestines and put it as garland. When the Lord is putting intestines as garlands, that time Prahlad Maharaj is waiting with garland to offer to Nrsimhadev. Here you can see that. The same photo is there. Prabhupada is saying why Prahlad is so great is, even in his mind, हमारा सामने हमारा पापा को कोई आके पूरा तोड़ के कर रहा है, हम कितना भी भक्ति करें, हमारा मन में क्या ये भगवान मेरे पापा को इस तरफ कर रहा है, ऐसा कुछ तो कुछ संशय भाव आएगा ना. परंतु प्रभुपाद बोल रहा है प्रहलाद महाराज इसलिए वो महाजन है, वो देखो आप उन्होंने माला हाथ में पकड़ के तैयार है, जब भगवान उनकी लीला हो जाए मैं उनको माला अर्पण करूंगा. He didn't have a minute doubt also. Why Lord is doing to my father? He's staring in front of our eyes. If Lord appears and he tears our father like Hiranyakashipu was teared apart, will we have the same faith? That's why Prahlad Maharaj is called as, Krishna is saying him as Bhadra, hero. He is calling Prahlad as Bhadra, your hero. Because he didn't have even an iota of doubt why this Lord is doing like that. He was ready with garland because he is fully convinced that whatever Lord does, it is all good. No doubt. So when we can develop that faith, then only we can surrender to Krishna. If we have doubt, then we cannot have strong faith. Staunch faith is not possible. If we don't have staunch faith, we cannot surrender to Krishna. We'll surrender hodgepodge. Idhar udhar thoda thoda hum surrender ho sakte. Full surrender is not possible. If you want to have full surrender, rakshishyati vishwaso. You have to have faith. Faith comes only by association. Faith doesn't come by individual. Nirjan bhajan se faith nahi aayega. Nirjan bhajan. Faith comes by association. So that is what the point is. So this Maya, Kali acts in a subtle way. It will shake the faith. It will create doubt in your mind, so that you cannot practice Krishna consciousness seriously. So that's what here Dharma also doubt. He didn't address Krishna is the ultimate sanctioning agent. He didn't mention that point. That Pariksit Maharaj is saying it is very difficult to have faith. Achintya, because the Lord is Achintya. So this is what the point is. So thank you all very much. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.